In this video, I will explain how to knit armholes. I use this technique a lot for shirts, dresses. It's easy and looks professional. I will show you how to decrease stitches and how to keep the armhole edges nice when you are done decreasing. Just a reminder, this channel is based on Combination Continental knitting. Sometimes it's called grandma style. It's easy, intuitive, very fast way of knitting pretty much anything, and I have free tutorials on what you can knit using this style on Buy Me a Coffee platform. You're welcome to check the info box for the links, and let's get started. I'm on my knit side, and let's say I'm about to start decreases for the armholes, and let's say the rhythm of my decreases is 3 2 1 1 stitches. So I will go 3 3 2 2 1 1 1 1. I skip the first one, knit one stitch and pull this one through the first stitch. So this is one, and then just knit one, pull it through the previous one, two, knit one, pull it through the previous one, three, one, two, three. The first decrease is done. Now I'm finishing this row, and let's say we're making a tank top, okay, and we need the same decreases for the other side. But you see, the problem here is that I'm on my knit side, and if I just decrease 3 stitches on the knit side at the end of the row, it will make no sense because I will have my yarn hanging at the end, and there's this, gap. So let's see, I've got these 3, and if I start decreasing, okay, I have this gap, okay, and my yarn will be at the end of the row. I don't want that. That means, some people do that, but see what happens? The decreases are done, the yarn is here, but how do I continue? It just makes no sense. So we need to undo this decrease and do it properly. What's the proper way of doing it? We will be decreasing on the purl side. So I'm finishing these few stitches. This is my last one. I'm making this border, but it doesn't really matter here. So I'm on my purl side, and I'm going to decrease 3 stitches. In order to do that, I skip the first one, purl one, pull it through the previous one, so the decrease number 1 is done. So 1, and then purl 1, pull it through, 2, and then purl another one, pull it through, 3 stitches, 1 2 3 are done. So what about the next decrease? Remember, my rhythm of the decreases is 3 2 1 1. So at this point, I'm just finishing my purl row, and I will see you when I have just 1 stitch left on my left needle on the purl side. With this, I have just 1 stitch on my left knitting needle, and at this point I turn my work to the knit side, and here's what I'm going to be doing. This is the first stitch. You see it as a stitch that you skipped at the beginning of the previous row, at the beginning of the previous decrease, right here. So now it's automatically skipped. this is where your yarn is. So let's do the second decrease, which is 2 stitches in my case. This one is already skipped. This one has the yarn coming from it. So I'm just gonna pull this one through the previous one. I mean, we see like it's like this one has been already knitted, right? So you just pull it through the previous one, keeping the logic of the decreases that we used to have before right here. So pull it through one, and then since these guys don't have the yarn source anymore, we just knit it and pull it through the previous one. 2, 1, 2. This decrease is done. Now, what happens on the purl side? Again, remember when we were trying to decrease at the knit side on the left side, it just didn't make sense. So we need to work. So here we need to work until we reach the purl side. 1 stitch is left on my left needle, and I turn my work with that stitch. And this one, I see it like it's been purled already because it has the yarn source right here. So I'm going to pull the second one through the first one. Let's see. 1, purl 1 and pull it through. 2, 1 and 2. The decrease is done. Now what happens next? I purl until I reach the end of the purl row, and until I still have that 1 stitch on my left needle. The logic remains the same. Right here, I'm still on my purl side. 1 stitch is left, and these 2 decreases were 3, 2. Now I need 1. I see this stitch like it's been already worked on, so I just need to pull it through the previous one that remains on my needle. So 1. Since at this point I just need 1 stitch to be decreased, so it's right here, 1. And I continue till the end of the row. And what happens at the end of the row? Again, you have to keep just 1 stitch on your knitting needle, just like this. 1 stitch is left. I'm at the end of my knit side. I'm gonna turn my work. Now the stitch is on my right needle, okay? And I don't purl anything because this stitch already has the yarn, like it's been worked on. So I just need to pull it through the previous one. 1. At this point, I just need 1 stitch to be decreased, and then I continue purling. And just to summarize, I will purl until the end of the row, and again I have to have just 1 stitch left on my left knitting needle. Right here I have 2 left, purl 1, and I have this one. This remains untouched. I turn my work, and since the rhythm of my decreases was 3, 2, 1, 1, so I need 1 more decrease, just for you to memorize it really well. So this stitch has the yarn source, and I pull it through the one that remained untouched. 1. And see, we kept this nice rhythm, this chain. So this decrease is done, and I continue until I have just 1 stitch left on my left needle. And let's see what it looks like. Right here I have to just knit, and this one should stay on your needle, and then we just need to pull this one through the remaining one, just like this, and boom, we've got that nice chain going on. Now I'm gonna continue the purl row, and there is a very important question now. Okay, let's say we're done with the decreases for the armholes, but we still want that chain to continue. We want that chain to go on. And how do we make sure that this chain rhythm is the same through the entire shirt? In order to do that, when I reach the end of the purl row, I have to still keep one last stitch on my left needle. Now I'm turning my work and it's already the right needle. And remember, when we were decreasing, we pulled the second stitch through the first one. Now, having this stitch on the right needle, you don't need any decreases anymore. You just want this chain to continue. So having this untouched stitch on your right needle, go ahead and knit one, just like you knit the grandma way. And let me knit a couple of more stitches so that you can see, that rhythm still remains, that chain still going on. Let's see what happens on the purl side. Again, we don't need any more decreases, we just need that chain logic to go on. So how do we keep that logic on the purl side? And this is the last stitch of the row. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna turn my work. This stitch remains on my needle. It used to be the left one, now it's the right one, okay? And now, even though it's a purl row, I knit this stitch the grandma way. Why? Because this is how I keep this chain logic right here. And then I just continue purling and nothing bad happens. The stitches remain neat where they need to be and purl where they need to be purled. So I'm gonna continue this purl side and I'm gonna repeat once again the chain without any decreases already. So this is my stitch. I turn my work. This is my untouched stitch already on the right side. And if I wanted to decrease, I would put the second one through the remaining one. But no, not this time. I don't want any decreases anymore. So I knit this one, making sure this chain logic continues. Okay, and now I'm going to finish the row having just one stitch left. I still want that nice chain, so I turned my work, and this chain are obviously knit stitches, so I'm gonna knit the first one the grandma way and then just continue purling the grandma way. And here I have this bunch of nice knit stitches. I hope that it makes sense.